What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Lamar, man. Um, if you like what you hear, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. It is 3:33 in the morning. And yeah, man, we over here working. Um, couldn't sleep. Well, I was sleeping, then I woke up. Shit, when I woke up, it was just like, well, if you're gonna stay up, you got a lot of stuff to work on, so let's get to it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let me put my keyboard over here. So yeah, so I have a lot of work to do for this property in Atlanta. So basically, um I had an open house at another property, and I got a call from this I don't want to be offensive, but yeah, just this weird guy who just called me and was basically, just like I couldn't put windows up in the property that I was working on. Was telling me I can't put up windows, can't work on the brick on the outside of the home. This is a historic district, which I knew. But I went through the proper channels to make sure I was good, and I never got a response. So when I didn't get a response, I just kept working. And then the person that I bought the house from, when I asked them about the historic district and, the HOA, they were just like, you good. You don't got to worry about nothing. So I took her word for it. I think they had owned the home since like 1967. So I took a word for it and shit, I just kept working. And then, a month and a half later, I got some guy calling me on a Saturday, just going off. And basically what he did was he put a work stop order in on my property. Now here's where the story get crazy because I sent him a screenshot of the email that I sent to that HOA on March the 3rd. So he basically tells me, and I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. Uh, let's see. Let's share this screen. So he basically tells me that this this website right here. Oh my goodness, this what happened? Hey, yo, I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. Let's see. Man, who knows? I don't even where did the Zoom go? Where did the Zoom go? All right, don't even worry about it. I was trying to show you the website. Well, you know what? We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. All right, we're gonna do it anyway. All right, cool. Let's go back to it. Google. Google Chrome. Google Chrome. And then Collier. All right. All right. All right, bet. So the guy basically he tells me that the screen that I'm sharing, that this is not a historic, this is not the right away HOA. And so I'm like, excuse my language, but I'm like, what the fuck they got to do with me? Like, I reached out to the proper channels. They have a meeting on May the 7th. Um, man, I hope y'all see you a screen sharing. All right, so you shouldn't be looking at me, you should be looking at the screen. They have a meeting on May the 7th. They take up, let me see, they take up HOA dues, $40 a year. So hold on, let's see if they have a you can join the community. Let's see if they have a Facebook or something. Let's see. They have a Facebook with 1,000 followers, 1.5 followers. They just posted February the 12th. Like, what is the problem? It's not my fault that you guys don't have your business in order. I reached out to the proper channels and never got a response back. And so, let me see if I can find my response. So I just show you my response on the phone. So I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen, and then I'll show you my response or what I emailed to them. So this is what I reached out to them. Let's see. Okay, so on March the 3rd, on March the 3rd, I reached out to them. And that's basically what I just said. So as you can see, I reached out to them, didn't get a response. And the reason I didn't get a response is because these people just don't have their stuff together. Let me see something. Let's see something. Mm, Yeah, they just don't have their stuff together, man. And so here I am a month and a half later, paying for it and halfway done with the project. And so they just put the guy who was giving me all these issues and whatever the case may be, just to make a long story short, he ended up reporting me to code enforcement. And I have a 2 week, basically a work order that, it could take up to 2 weeks for me to get back to work. So yeah, I'm up late just trying to fill out this paperwork just to get everything in compliance. And yeah, man, we'll see how it goes. And I think this is one of those things like people don't talk about in real estate. And I'm pretty sure people do talk about it, um, from time to time, once in a while. But I do think it's um I do think it's very necessary to give the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is one of those situations that can get real ugly because um I do I didn't pull a permit for the inside. Like I've never pulled a permit for the inside of a property doing the work. I would honestly I would think that maybe 98% of people don't pull permits for doing the inside of the home work. So, but with this situation, the windows and fixing the exterior brick, that has to go through like this historic process, and then they take it over to the general process, the general permitting process. So it could be a situation where I run into a inspector who wants to go inside of the property, see what all is going on. And if at that point they could see that we did plumbing, they could see that we changed the electrical, and it's not like we're doing anything wrong. We just didn't go through the proper requirements. But we didn't go through the proper requirements because the people that I reached out to even start the process, they never responded. So we'll definitely see what happens. Um, and yeah, man, just wanted to get on here and kind of just go through that process. And yeah, I'm gonna get to work, get this paperwork done. We got one of the other properties under contract, got that one under contract, the Jonesboro property, breaking even on it, but a deal is a deal. So can't really complain about that. I did do a massive price reduction on the property in Atlanta. I went from 540 to 515. That'll still net us about, maybe about 150K in profit. Yeah, 150K in profit. So, that's still a really good deal. I just got to get that off of me, by the end of May. Specifically because, like it's just it's a lot of, I'm dealing with a lot of properties and a lot of mortgages. So, that's gonna be overwhelming to a certain extent. So, um yeah, so we dropped the price on that one. We'll see what happens. And then my property in Rex, that one is almost done. That'll be a quick little burning turn. Hopefully we're gonna list that one low. We're gonna sell that one 230. It'll be like a 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square foot house for $230,000. The only um the only thing that I could foresee being an issue is that the house is going to be on the market before 90 days. And so FHA only allows you to flip a property um 90 days before you can sell it to a FHA buyer. So that could be a problem, but hopefully, we can get a conventional buyer. So we'll see. And then property in Hayville, that one's going pretty good, pretty solid, as you can see from all the videos that I've posted. So yeah, man, we moving forward, running through a lot of hiccups, but I do see like, a lot of clarity on the other side of this, a lot of clarity and a lot of information learned. And yeah, if that's ever something, I don't even want to really um forecast that, but if somebody hears this message right here, um, if somebody's ever interested in learning, and I don't really know a price or whatever the case may be, but if somebody's ever interested in learning this information, feel free to reach out to me. I will include my email address and all that, in the bio. So yeah, appreciate your time, and we finna get to work. Appreciate you. I'm out.